The clock is ticking. 4 days remain at the end of September. The 27th, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. 4 days that do not pass like all the rest. These days carry a different kind of energy. A push, a pull, a choice you cannot escape. Something is shifting in these final days of the month. For some, doors will open. For others, doors will close. But for everyone, these 4 days will bring moments that demand attention. You may notice sudden opportunities, unexpected endings, or a truth that can no longer be hidden. This is not about luck. It's about timing. It's about the universe placing you exactly where you need to be. So stay with me, but first do 3 things. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and type the number 777 in the comments. From September 27th to 30th, a strong cosmic shift takes place. These 4 days are not ordinary. They carry powerful energy that pushes life forward. Things that were hidden can suddenly be revealed. Decisions you avoided may finally demand answers. Symbolically, it's about doors closing and new doors opening. Like the end of a season, it clears space for something new to begin. This shift affects how you feel and how you act. Emotions may rise quickly, hidden truths may show up, and choices that seemed far away can suddenly stand right in front of you. It matters because these days are not ordinary. They press you to face what's real and decide your next step. From today to September 30th, most of the people around you will notice emotions rising more strongly than usual. Some will feel nostalgia, thinking about where they have been, who they once were, and what has been lost along the way. Others may feel anxious, as if something important is waiting just beyond the horizon, but not fully visible yet. These feelings can feel heavy, but they are not here to punish you. They are here to remind you of the choices you've made and the possibilities that are still waiting. Think about how often life moves so quickly that you barely stop to breathe. You go from one task to another, one responsibility to the next. These days are like a mirror, reflecting both what you've built and what you've avoided. Some may see joy in that reflection. Others may see regret, and many will see a mix of both. But no matter what you see, it's valuable because it's real. Consider the way old habits often hold us in place. Maybe you keep repeating the same argument with a loved one, saying words you don't really mean. Maybe you stay in a job that drains your energy because it feels safe, even though deep down you know it's not where you belong. Or maybe you surround yourself with people who smile at you but don't truly support you. In moments like these, the question isn't why life feels heavy. The real question is, are you willing to let go of what no longer serves you so that something better can take its place? These days create pressure, but pressure is not always the enemy. Think of how a diamond is formed. Only through pressure does it reveal its strength and brilliance. The same is true for us. When life presses against you, it is not to break you. It is to shape you, to call out the strongest parts of who you are, and to remind you that you are capable of more than you believe. And yes, it may feel uncomfortable. You may notice memories from the past rising up, moments you thought were behind you. That's because unfinished lessons have a way of resurfacing until they are faced. It could be an unresolved relationship, an old wound, or a dream you abandoned because you thought it was impossible. When these things return, don't push them away. Instead, ask yourself what they are trying to show you. Now, the most important thing is not to run from what comes up, but to reflect on it honestly. Take a quiet moment with yourself. Ask what truly matters. Ask who truly matters, and ask whether the way you are living today is the way you want to keep living tomorrow. Often the answers are already inside you. They've simply been waiting for the right moment to be heard. If you've been feeling distant in your relationships, these days can bring clarity. If you've been stuck in habits that keep you small, these days can spark the courage to break free. And if you've been hiding from your own truth, these days can make it impossible to keep pretending. That's why reflection is so important right now. It's not about judging yourself. It's about being honest. When you look at your life as it is, you begin to see the small shifts that can lead to big changes. And when you're honest with yourself, you give yourself the power to choose differently. In these final 4 days of 4th week, the pace of life begins to feel different. It's like standing at a crossroads where the road behind you seems familiar, yet the road ahead is waiting to be chosen. What matters most in this moment is not speed but clarity. Many people think progress is about rushing forward. But true movement begins when you know where you're actually heading. And this period calls you to look carefully at your direction. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the patterns of your days, the conversations you have, the people you give your time to, the choices you make without thinking twice. Each one is shaping where you end up. Sometimes it's the smallest decisions, like saying yes when your heart means no, that slowly build into an entire life that doesn't match who you are. The invitation now is to step back and ask, Are these daily choices carrying you closer to the life you want or keeping you locked where you don't want to be? Imagine a house full of furniture collected over many years. Some pieces you love, others you never really wanted, but they stayed anyway. Over time, the rooms get crowded. You keep bumping into things that don't belong, but you leave them because moving them feels like work. From September 27th to 30th, these 4 days are like a chance to walk through those rooms with fresh eyes, to ask yourself what actually belongs and what has stayed only out of habit. You don't have to throw everything out overnight, but you do have to be honest about what no longer serves you. When it comes to relationships, this is a powerful moment to look at who stands beside you. Not everyone who started the journey with you is meant to finish it. Some people lift you higher, some hold you back, and some simply drift, offering neither harm nor help, but still taking space in your life. The question is not whether they are good or bad. It's whether they are aligned with where you are going now. Be willing to adjust the circle around you. Loyalty is valuable, but loyalty without growth becomes a chain. These days also highlight the importance of honesty with yourself. Many carry unspoken truths about what they want, about what they no longer want, about what they've been pretending is fine. Pretending always costs more energy than truth. You may convince yourself you're protecting others by keeping quiet, but silence rarely protects. It delays, and in delay, resentment builds. Use this time as an opening to speak what has been kept inside. It may be uncomfortable, but discomfort is often the doorway to freedom. Another powerful practice in this moment is reflection on routines. Ask yourself, what rituals do you repeat each day? Do they nourish you or do they drain you? It's like watering a plant. Too much or too little and it struggles. The same is true for your habits. Some of them bring growth. Others quietly starve you of energy, leaving you going through the motions without progress. This period is asking you to water the habits that help you flourish and to stop giving time to the ones that keep you stagnant. Think of it as tuning an instrument. A guitar may look fine sitting in the corner, but unless you adjust the strings, the sound won't be right. Life works the same way. Without tuning, without small but intentional adjustments, you end up producing noise instead of music. These 4 days are your tuning fork, giving you the chance to align your actions with your true rhythm. Practical guidance also shows up in the way you manage your time. So often people say they don't have enough time, but time is rarely the issue. It's attention. Where attention goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, outcomes are shaped. If you constantly give attention to distractions, you build a life of distractions. If you direct attention toward meaningful work, you build a life of purpose. In these days, try keeping track of where your attention actually goes. You might be surprised by how much of it is given away to things that don't matter. One way to shift this is through intentional pauses. Before saying yes, pause. Before reacting in anger, pause. Before assuming you know the answer, pause. A single pause can change the outcome of an entire day. It creates space for choice instead of automatic reaction. This small act of pausing gives you back control, and control once reclaimed opens the door to growth. Financial choices also come into focus now. Many avoid facing their money patterns, either overspending on things they don't need or clinging tightly to resources out of fear. This is an opportunity to look with honesty at how you relate to wealth. Money is not only numbers, it is energy translated into form. Every time you spend, you are making a choice about what you value. Every time you save, you are making a choice about what future you're preparing for. Take time in these days to align your financial habits with your long-term vision. A simple plan made honestly can bring peace where worry once lived. Health too is highlighted, but not in the sense of quick fixes or strict rules. Rather, this is about asking yourself how your body is supported each day. Do you move enough? Do you rest enough? Do you feed yourself in a way that strengthens you or in a way that slows you down? The body is the vehicle through which every dream is carried. Without care, the vehicle breaks down. These days invite you to stop ignoring the signals your body has been sending. Small shifts, more water, more rest, more natural foods can carry big impact. Emotional health mirrors this. Many people carry layers of unspoken worries, hopes, and disappointments. Instead of bottling them, find ways to release them. Talk with someone you trust. Write down what's on your mind, not for anyone else to see, but so it no longer sits unprocessed inside you. The point is not perfection, it's movement. Emotions, when stuck, turn heavy. When expressed, they create space for clarity. Creativity is another key area to nurture. Now, even if you don't see yourself as an artist, creativity is not limited to paintbrushes or songs. It shows up in the way you solve problems, the way you cook a meal, the way you imagine new possibilities. In times of transition, Creativity becomes your tool for building bridges between where you are and where you want to be. Engage with it. Give yourself permission to explore new ideas without judgment. It may lead you exactly where you need to go. When challenges arise in these days, treat them as signals rather than punishments. If a project doesn't move smoothly, perhaps it's pointing you toward a better approach. If someone exits your life unexpectedly, maybe it's making room for someone more aligned. Problems, when viewed through the right lens, often disguise opportunities. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift the question to, "What can I learn here?" That single change in perspective can transform frustration into wisdom. Another vital practice during this time is gratitude. Not shallow gratitude that ignores reality, but honest gratitude that sees the small good even in uncertain times. Gratitude grounds you. It reminds you that while challenges exist, so do blessings. And the more you recognize those blessings, the more steady you become when life shifts. Write down 3 things each day that you're truly grateful for. Watch how your mindset transforms over time. It's also important to give attention to your environment. The spaces where you live and work directly affect your energy. Cluttered spaces often mirror cluttered minds. Simple changes, organizing a desk, clearing a corner, bringing in light can shift how you think and act. Your outer world often reflects your inner world. When you refresh one, the other follows. During these days, community also matters. Spend time with people who inspire growth. Share conversations that lift you, challenge you, and make you see new possibilities. Avoid falling into endless cycles of gossip or negativity. The voices you listen to shape the thoughts you carry, and the thoughts you carry shape the choices you make. Choose your voices wisely. Spiritual grounding in whatever form you connect with becomes especially useful now. Whether through meditation, prayer, nature walks, or quiet reflection, give yourself moments to connect with something larger than yourself. These practices don't require hours. They require intention. Even 5 minutes of stillness can reset an entire day. Connection reminds you that you're not navigating life alone. You're part of a greater flow that is guiding you forward. Remember, guidance during this period is not about sudden overnight change. It's about steady steps. Transformation often looks less like lightning and more like the slow but certain rising of the sun. Step by step, habit by habit, choice by choice, you reshape your life. These days give you the momentum to begin. As these days unfold, remember that life doesn't always move in straight lines. Growth often looks like circles, revisiting lessons until they sink in fully. If you find yourself facing situations that feel familiar, don't be discouraged. This is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of refinement. You are being given another chance to approach the same situation with a new perspective, with more wisdom than you carried the last time. Think of it as being handed the same book, but now you're on a different chapter. The characters may be the same, but the story is moving forward. Clarity during this period comes not only from looking outward, but also inward. It's easy to measure progress by external signs, career milestones, financial gains, recognition from others, but lasting progress always begins within. A person can build the tallest tower, yet if the foundation inside is weak, it eventually crumbles. Use this time to strengthen your foundation. Ask yourself what truly motivates you. Are you driven by fear of being left behind or by a vision of where you want to go? The difference between the two creates completely different outcomes. There's also an invitation to reconnect with your purpose. Many drift through routines, forgetting why they started in the first place. When passion fades, even success feels empty. Reignite your why. Maybe it's family. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's the desire to make an impact. Whatever it is, let it guide you like a compass. Without a clear compass, even the most determined steps can lead you in circles. With it, every step, no matter how small, takes you closer to fulfillment. These days remind us that courage is not always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to finally let go of what no longer grows you. Sometimes it's choosing rest instead of constant activity. Sometimes it's saying yes to a new path even when you don't have all the answers. Courage isn't about removing fear. It's about moving despite it. And these days carry the kind of energy that rewards those small but brave choices. Consider how you relate to uncertainty. Most people fear it, trying to control every detail of the future. But uncertainty is not an enemy. It is possibility in disguise. When everything is planned, nothing new can enter. Uncertainty leaves space for surprises, for opportunities you never imagined, for connections that arrive unexpectedly. Instead of resisting it, lean into it with curiosity. Ask yourself, what if this unknown is actually working in my favor? That shift in mindset can turn anxiety into anticipation. One practical way to navigate uncertainty is to simplify. Complexity breeds confusion. When you're overwhelmed, strip things back to essentials. Focus on 3 core priorities, areas that matter most right now. Pour your energy into them fully. Let the rest wait. By doing less, you actually move further because your energy becomes concentrated instead of scattered. These days favor those who act with focus, not those who try to do everything at once. Relationships again deserve attention here. Every connection carries an energy exchange. Some people recharge you after a single conversation. Others leave you drained even if they didn't say anything wrong. This isn't about blaming others. It's about awareness. Protect your energy like you would protect your home. You wouldn't leave your door wide open for anyone to walk through. In the same way, don't leave your energy unguarded. Learn to set boundaries not from anger, but from respect for yourself and for those who are truly meant to walk with you. This is also a time to reflect on forgiveness. Holding on to old grudges is like carrying heavy bags while trying to run. They slow you down. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending the hurt never happened. It doesn't mean letting someone back into your life who doesn't belong there. It means releasing the weight of the past so it no longer controls your present. When you forgive, you set yourself free, and freedom is exactly what these days are offering if you're willing to take it. Creativity continues to play a role in how you step forward. Think about innovation, not in terms of grand inventions, but in simple shifts. How can you approach old problems in new ways? How can you bring freshness into daily routines? Sometimes all it takes is changing the environment where you work, or asking for input from someone outside your usual circle. Innovation often begins with small experiments. Don't be afraid to try something new. If it doesn't work, you've gained clarity. If it does, you've discovered a new path. Either way, you win. Discipline is another powerful key during this window. Inspiration gets you started, but discipline carries you through. It's easy to act when motivation is high, but the real growth happens when you keep going even on the quiet days. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. And once it's strong, it gives you freedom. Freedom from procrastination. Freedom from regret. Freedom from the endless cycle of starting and stopping. If you commit to even one discipline now, waking up earlier, finishing what you begin, taking care of your body, you'll plant seeds that grow far beyond these 4 days. Equally important is learning to trust your instincts. Logic is valuable, but intuition often sees what logic cannot. You've had moments when something inside whispered, "Don't go there," or "This is the right step," long before you had proof. How often have you ignored it, only to realize later it was correct? These days, amplify that inner voice. Learn to listen. Test it with small decisions if you need to. Over time, you'll build trust in yourself, and when you trust yourself, you become unshakable no matter what life brings. Another layer of guidance lies in service. It's easy to focus only on personal goals, but fulfillment deepens when you contribute to others. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, ripple outward. Helping someone else often opens unexpected doors for you as well. Life moves in cycles. The energy you give eventually finds its way back. These days remind us that success is sweetest when shared, and that service is not a detour from your path, but part of it. As you move through this period, pay attention to your mindset. Thoughts shape reality more than most people realize. A negative thought repeated often enough becomes a belief, and a belief becomes a filter through which you see everything. But the same is true of positive thoughts. Choose carefully what you repeat to yourself. Instead of saying "this always happens to me," shift to "this is teaching me something." That simple shift changes not only your outlook, but also the opportunities you begin to see. Even with all this guidance, remember not to chase perfection. Perfection is an illusion that steals joy. Growth is messy, unpredictable, and beautifully human. Allow yourself to make mistakes, to stumble, to learn. Each misstep teaches more than constant success ever could. The goal is not to get everything right, but to keep moving forward wiser each time. Patience is the final key. Change doesn't happen overnight, no matter how strong the energy may be. Seeds planted today may take weeks, months, or even years to grow. But growth will come as long as you keep tending to it. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that the steps you take in these days are laying a foundation for something much bigger than you can see right now. In these 4 days, life begins to press forward with a force that cannot be ignored. What once seemed far away suddenly comes into reach. It's as if doors you didn't even know existed start to show themselves, and the choice to walk through them becomes yours alone. The weight of hesitation starts to lose its grip, replaced by the pull of possibility. This is not the time for half decisions or holding back. Every step you take now carries a greater impact than you realize. Imagine standing at the top of a hill with a stone in your hand. The moment you release it, the stone rolls, gathering speed, shaping its path as it moves. From September 27th through 30th, you are being placed in a window where courage outweighs fear. Doubt will try to whisper reasons to stay the same, but deep within you another voice will rise. The one that knows you are capable of more. It's the voice that remembers promises you once made to yourself. The one that refuses to settle for a life that is smaller than your potential. This is the voice you must choose to follow. Think of how many times you've stood on the edge of change but turned back, convincing yourself the timing wasn't right. How many dreams were delayed? How many opportunities slipped by? Not because you weren't ready, but because you told yourself a story of limitation. These 4 days are your invitation to end that story and begin a new one. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are writing the permission slip yourself. The true climax of this moment lies in decision. Every great transformation begins with a choice, and the choices made now will echo far beyond this week. Will you continue carrying what weighs you down? Or will you lay it aside and step lighter? Picture yourself 1 year from now looking back at this moment. Imagine the pride of knowing you acted with courage, that you didn't let fear silence your potential. That vision is not far away. It begins here. It begins with a commitment to rise above doubt and take a stand for the life you know you are meant to live. The ending of this month brings more than a change of days. It carries a turning point that demands attention. What has been building beneath the surface is ready to move forward, urging you to step into a stronger version of yourself. Transformation does not arrive with noise and spectacle. It arrives with clarity. The clarity that tells you it's time to stop waiting and start acting. These moments remind us that we are not standing still. We are always moving either toward growth or away from it. Between September 27th to 30th, 4 days arrive as a reminder that timing matters. The universe has its own rhythm, and aligning with it opens doors that determination alone cannot. That is why these days are not to be ignored. They are calling you to rise. Reflection is powerful, but action is what brings lasting change. Take the lessons of this period and apply them to your choices, your relationships, your routines, and your vision for the future. The direction you set now shapes what lies ahead. Now it's your turn. Share in the comments what shifts you are ready to embrace. Subscribe if you want to stay connected to the guidance ahead, and pass this message to someone who may need it today.